Hi guys, this is Kirito and before we go to the main video, I'm gonna go do a shout out on this guy. Not because of their subscribing or something, but they guys are really amazing and make a really good content, you know. And also I'm gonna do some new video called like actually every Wednesday. It's called sub for sub and views for views. The rule is simple. Like on every sub for subs video, you whenever you comment on someone's video, then mostly on mine, and I'll subscribe it, and the rest that also comment on that video also gotta subscribe to me, to the guy that first subscribed, and the other one and the other one. But my sub for sub video has different rules. Well, actually for me though, not for other. Well, at least unless that other people want to do it too, you're welcome to do it, right? I'm not only subscribed to your video, to your channel, but I'm also gonna watch your video, the new one, not all one. But I only do that on 5 people per day. Let's just say, oh no, not 5 people per day, only 3 people per day, because it's getting hard for me to watch 4 people for video. One of them is my video that I actually watch, and the other 3 I'm just gonna make it loop and get turned on and on and on. And I'm not using my channel, which is Kirito. I'm using my other channel. It's called Calm Gaming, and yes, that channel is a bit dead now. Not dead, but I only post Clementi's video and any other, like trolling, something like that. So every Wednesday I'm gonna do a sub video and a shout out video. Well, basically I do a shout out on every single video, but again, that video is a bit special though, because you can sub other people that comment on that video, and I will watch, and I will give you watch time 3 people a day. So it's technically be like 21. So you'll be like 21 people per day, but not 21 people per week. So I will post that video tomorrow, and we all gonna do sub for sub. Okay, back to the main video. Hi guys, this is Kirito, and to today's video I'm gonna do a reaction on food theory that explain that we have a trouble of ketchup trouble in our state now. And spoiler alert, it's not about the ketchup bottle though, but the ketchup pack. And Heinz is the problem, not something like that. Heinz is the problem now, because they just ignore the percentage of requirement of sauce pack though. I don't know why though. Anyway, let's watch this video.
Here you go, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Oh, and can I get some extra ketchup?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Unfortunately, we're out. Try Taco Bell. They're always weirdly eager to give sauce packets away.
Yeah, for
Did
reason.
someone say sauce packets?
No.
How many do you want? Doesn't matter. Here's 100, 1,000.
I don't know how they get that so many.
Stop it. Leave me alone, Taco Bell.
Oh, I know what'll cheer you up.
No. 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 Curse you, Taco Bell.
A lot of this restaurant that on his intro, that's more like he make his own, like, okay,
Hello,
McPet, Very Fresh Bear Restaurant, and Ink Bendy, I guess. I don't know how long they're gonna do this intro though, in the first one though.
Food Theory, the show that's been hitting the bottle a bit more than usual this pandemic. Friends, there has been no shortage of shortages this past year. The toilet paper shortage was rough, but we rolled with it.
Using
The
water.
mask shortage was difficult, but we put on a brave face.
Using a
Then
cloth.
came the flour shortage, and ultimately we rose above. But if
Using
you
a
thought
rice
COVID
flour,
was
though.
done screwing up our supply chains, best brace yourself because the
Memes.
worst one yet is upon us. Theorists, this month's headlines have been screaming it for all to hear. We've got ourselves a ketchup shortage.
What? Oh shit. That's not gonna be good.
Now, this shortage isn't going to be felt at, say, the grocery store. Take it from us, who
Oh.
just finished taking the inventory of an entire grocery store for a recent episode. There is plenty of
Yeah.
ketchup available on your store shelves. Enough
But
to
only
provide
a
you with
bottle,
calories to
though.
survive
That's the issue.
68.7 days, in fact. No, it's
Whoa.
actually the restaurants who are feeling this.
So you can eat a bottle of ketchup for a day. Like wow. If I know that, I will literally just eat ketchup for a day though, for my diet. Like seriously. But again, ketchup when you drink too much is a bit in the throat, you know.
Squeeze from this particular ketchup shortage. See, as we've discussed in some other recent food theory episodes, the pandemic has fundamentally changed the restaurant industry here in the US. COVID
Yeah,
guidelines
like
have led to a
seriously.
huge uptick in drive-through, takeout, and delivery app orders, and that means ketchup packets are suddenly in high demand. After all,
Like,
what's the alternative? It's
high
not as though
demand.
restaurants can send every drive-through customer home with their very own ketchup bottle or give a few pumps
Yeah.
of ketchup into each outgoing bag. No, customers
It's
need
disgusting
a
that you
portable
guys-
ketchup source that won't make a mess, which
Yeah.
means that they need the ketchup packet. Or I suppose the dip and squeeze packets like they give out at Chick-fil-A, which are objectively incredible and need to catch on. And
Like,
it's not just that
seriously,
fast food
please.
restaurants are suddenly handing out more ketchup packets than usual. It's that sit-down restaurants and bars that have always gotten by with ketchup bottles are now also reliant on packets because A, they now have more
Oh.
takeout orders than ever, and B,
Okay,
for
okay.
sanitation reasons, bottles that have everyone's grubby little
So long story short here, most of the restaurant right now really need a sauce packet more, both the international and the new one. Like let's say the new fast food, like maybe Sonic, something like that. I mean, In-N-Out Burger. I don't know. I mean, I feel like mostly the one who gets squeezed right now is the new fast food restaurant and not the old and international fast food, like Burger King or something like that. But again, I have to watch this more to get more
hands on them
information.
are no longer a viable option. I mean, I was squicked out about those things before. I thought that they would cause me lung disease, but now,
What?
screw that noise. The result, ketchup packet demand in the U.S. is up 300%. So
What?
really, we're not dealing with a
300?
ketchup shortage so much as we're dealing with a ketchup packet shortage.
Like I
which
say.
admittedly makes for a less punchy headline. But it doesn't make
Not gonna
today's
lie,
ketchup
though.
episode any less spicy. Because here's the other detail that a lot of headlines are leaving out, theorists. This isn't some industry-wide shortage that's caught every ketchup supplier by surprise.
Oh,
It's
okay.
really just Heinz, the industry leader who's unable to keep up with the demand. And this is a huge deal. In case you didn't know, Heinz is a dynasty in the ketchup business. A dynasty that has, over the past few decades, been making a lot of big mistakes. And
A
it's this
lot?
latest series that
Okay.
might just be enough to topple their reign. I suppose you could say that this is a golden opportunity for Heinz's competitors to catch up.
Nice.
History is repeating itself right now before our very eyes, and Heinz should be genuinely terrified about what comes next. But to understand why this is happening and how things might change, we have to start at the beginning. Before Heinz grew into the worldwide ketchup dynasty that it is today, founder Henry J. Heinz got his start with a different condiment, horseradish.
Okay.
However, this venture didn't exactly work out. In
Yeah, it's
1875, the market found itself oversaturated with horseradish for some reason. In turn, that drove the price down and Heinz into bankruptcy. He was able to bounce back, though, the following year with his 57 varieties of food products, which included the now famous Heinz tomato ketchup. By the way, that whole 57 varieties that's synonymous with the brand isn't even true. Heinz already had offered more than 60 different products by the time the slogan had been introduced.
Wow,
Apparently, they just
okay.
liked the number as a catchy marketing gimmick, thinking that the number 7 got people to think of the lucky number 7.
It's not,
Another
to be
fun
honest,
fact
but
here,
it's
according
not.
to Heinz, if you need need to get ketchup out of a glass Heinz tomato ketchup bottle, the absolute best location is to hit on the number 57. I've
The
never
middle
tested
one.
it if it works. Maybe
Okay.
it's a food theory for another day. The more you know. Now, although the company didn't invent ketchup, tomato ketchup is actually derived from a centuries-old Chinese pickled fish sauce. Heinz is responsible
fun
for
fact,
pretty
that's
much
actually
every
true.
major ketchup-related innovation since brand of the stuff made its 1876 debut. The company invented the ketchup packet in 1967. They
Oh,
even
okay.
invented the K spelling of the word ketchup. Yeah, back in the 1880s, the standard way of spelling it was catsup. But then Heinz decided to spell it more phonetically in order to make their
Okay,
product stand out
okay.
against the competition, and it worked. In fact, it worked so well that nowadays even the competitors sell it the Heinz way. I mean, just look at
Nice,
Google
nice.
Trends spread. It is a blowout, folks. Even Merriam-Webster's dictionary describes catsup as the, quote, less common spelling of ketchup. That is cold, Merriam-Webster.
Also, where ketchup is like, let's just say, is more funny than ketchup, because if you want to say ketchup, like, it's a bit weird and awkward to say, mostly on the company and marketing stuff. So the ketchup is for us is a bit easy and maybe make memes and punchline something like that.
I mean, that's like saying the British version of The Office is the lesser watched version of the American Office.
Because
The point
American
Heinz
Office
the
is
name in
funnier
ketchup. They
and
have an
hilarious
80%
more.
market share in Europe and 60% in the US, which is why their relationship with McDonald's is an important one to pay attention to. You see,
Whoa.
McDonald's is the name in fries. They are, after all, the best-selling
Yes.
fast food item of all time.
Mostly
and as such,
fries.
they're a huge customer when it comes to buying ketchup. So it was only natural when these two companies struck up a business relationship. By
Okay,
1973, 90% of McDonald's ketchup and pickles were being supplied by Heinz. But that year, everything
Wow,
changed
that's a
when
lot.
Heinz found itself ill-prepared for, you guessed it, a ketchup shortage. When a poor tomato harvest led to less ketchup production, Heinz prioritized their glass bottle customers instead of their fast food accounts. And when McDonald's realized that Heinz wasn't willing to go the extra mile for them, they bit back and hard. As the king of fast food, McDonald's is a demanding mistress. And if you don't treat her right, she's gonna find another man to provide her with sauce.
reply
I don't know, this
and
analogy went way off base.
cannot
Anyway, while
regret that.
McDonald's didn't completely break up with Heinz, they did find new ketchup suppliers for practically all of their U.S. restaurants. In fact, the incident led a Heinz executive to joke that written somewhere in the McDonald's training manual, there's the following phrase: never sell Heinz. And thus, McDonald's
If I be honest though, Heinz is the one that make problem here, because sure the ketchup storage is like low and something like that, but again you should at the very least split it in half, like have a with the customer with the bottle and have with the McDonald's and other franchise. Like seriously, mate. It's simple
came to
101.
serve the fancy ketchup that most of us know today. Now, quick note about fancy ketchup. Because those words appear prominently on McDonald's ketchup packets, some people mistakenly believe that fancy is a McDonald's brand name. But
For
actually,
me,
it's a
it's
legal
always a fancy
classification
though.
for grade A ketchup, the highest grade of ketchup given by the USDA.
Oh.
That's right, here in the US,
Okay,
the term
fancy is
synonymous
grade
with
A.
grade A, as seen on
Okay,
the label of this
that's
other type
weird.
of ketchup member's mark. Now, Heinz ketchup is also certified grade A and could brand itself fancy, but they choose not to. Seems they're
For
letting the
reason.
competition have the word fancy to themselves. The point is, McDonald's ketchup and Heinz ketchup are of equal quality, at least as far as the USDA is concerned. Anyway, for 40 years, anything that wasn't fancy at McDonald's was Heinz, but even that limited arrangement would come to a crashing end in 2013, when Bernardo Hayes, the former CEO of Burger King, became the new CEO of Heinz. Now,
Oh,
the decision to cut
okay.
ties with Heinz wasn't some petty move by McDonald's. It had some very good reasons to be wary of this guy. For one thing,
Yeah.
it's not as though Bernardo cut ties with Burger King when he took the Heinz job. Despite stepping down as Burger King CEO, he retained his seat on the Burger King board of directors. Furthermore,
Oh,
Hess was
okay.
also a
That's-
partner at 3G Capital, an investment firm with ownership in Heinz and controlling interest over Burger King. So basically, McDonald's really had no choice but to dump Heinz, or else they were going to be doing business with the enemy in a very concrete way, which is why McDonald's
thing
broke up
that
with
they
Heinz for
really,
good in
really don't
2013,
wanna
taking
do.
their restaurants in Pittsburgh, Minneapolis, and the rest of the world with them. Now, this is why I
Yeah.
say history is repeating itself, theorists. Heinz reacted too slowly and too casually to the 1973 ketchup shortage. Ultimately lost McDonald's as a result. Now, here we are in 2021, and it looks like the ketchup shortage might be costing them even more of their their fast food customers. Texas Roadhouse and Long John Silver's are two chains that have already been forced to seek out new ketchup suppliers. Wendy's also stopped serving Heinz ketchup in recent years. And it's not just the big chains either. According to the owner of Denver's Blake Street Tavern, quote, "It's gotten so bad that when I go to McDonald's or Wendy's, I'll hoard extra packets to bring back to Blake Street." And what really surprises me about this whole thing is that it was avoidable. All Heinz had to do was learn from 1973 and take their clients, these massive fast food brands, seriously. But so far, they haven't done that. Heinz knew about the increased demand for ketchup packets at least 9 months before the shortages hit, yet they dragged their feet and got caught flat-footed, just like they did in the 70s. And their response to the shortage this time around feels lackluster at best. The demand for ketchup packets is up 300%, yet Heinz plans to boost packet production by just 25%. And while they say they're developing, quote, future-focused culinary and packaging innovations like a no-touch ketchup dispenser, it does nothing to solve the real issue, drive-through and takeout. And based on all...
Okay, like, maybe I get it why they use the no-touch culinary sauce packet, the bag or something like that, so, you know, people can just grab their plate or something that they can put sauce on it and just put it in the under of the sauce pipe and just gotta go pour the sauce. But again, this is a drive-through. People don't go to the restaurant anymore, Heinz. Like, seriously, people go to the restaurant, just go order takeout and just leave because, you know, COVID-19 and social distance, something like that. Come on, Heinz.
The research that's available, it looks like that problem is gonna be here to stay. It's almost as though Heinz, the inventor of the ketchup packet, still doesn't appreciate the importance of its own creation, and soon that very creation could be Heinz's demise.
Again.
Okay, admittedly I'm being a bit overdramatic about the whole demise thing. Fact is, Heinz will be more or less fine in the short term no matter how this whole ketchup packet shortage fiasco shakes out. After
in the short term, not the long term.
Company that raked in $26 billion in revenue in 2020. Condiment sales accounted for only about a quarter of that. See, these days Heinz, or more accurately Kraft Heinz, does business in a whole lot of different product categories. They own brands like Ore-Ida potatoes, Planters nuts, Jell-O, Maxwell House coffee, Velveeta cheese, Oscar Mayer, Kool-Aid, the list goes on. And while ketchup may be Heinz's most iconic product, ketchup packets kind of seem like, well, kind of like small Ore-Ida potatoes, all things considered. But the fact of the matter is that the ketchup market is suddenly up for grabs for pretty much the first time in history. I mean, let's face it, ketchup isn't a particularly difficult product to make. We're not talking about cutting-edge technology here, we're talking about mixing tomatoes, vinegar, and some seasoning. That's not to say there isn't an art to making great ketchup, but McDonald's managed to source a generic ketchup that's good enough for their customers, so did Wendy's. Ever since the ketchup packet shortage hit, the internet's been swamped with Heinz copycat recipes.
And
the
all
point is,
people
ketchup
do
is a
that.
bit too easy to produce for Heinz to sit back and ride this all out. The demand for ketchup packets is real. If I'm in the drive-thru and my options are A, generic brand ketchup, or B, no ketchup at all, I am taking that generic packet every single time. Don't get me wrong, I love the taste of Heinz.
And to all of you people also, if you're the guy that really like Heinz or any type of ketchup, just bring your own ketchup bottle when you get your takeover and, you know, eat that in the packet, so, you know, you get less mess. But just make sure you grab the plastic one, not the glass one, because, you know, if the glass is broke, there's gonna be a lot of sauce in your car, and the smell after that is not gonna be good. Like, seriously.
As much as the next person, but my brand loyalty has its limits, especially when Heinz's response to this whole thing has been a resounding meh. So get on your horses, all you lesser-known ketchup brands, because it is the Wild West right now. Hunts, this could be your year. McDonald's, if you want to expand your already ridiculously diversified business into the ketchup space, you could really stick it to Burger King in a whole new way. But whoever's left wearing the ketchup crown when the dust settles, take this one thing to heart. Please make more dip and squeeze packets. Those things are the best. But hey, that's just a theory. A food theory. Bon appetit. Theorists, if you're surprised by how many brands Kraft Heinz has under its umbrella, be sure to check out our episode on
Okay guys, I'm gonna stop the video right here. Like, I don't know what, man. I hope you enjoy and a bit surprised, and if you do enjoy or learn something, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment down below I subscribe to get a chance of shout out on tomorrow tomorrow's video. And don't forget about tomorrow's video about sub for sub video. Comment down below on that. Comment on this video and also on tomorrow's video, so we can do a sub for sub and views for views, you know. Okay guys, I'll see you all in the next video. Sayonara.